So where are we sitting for draft picks? By the way, we also signed back to our squad Isaiah Thomas, who actually was on our practice squad before, but then he left, went to the Lions, and now he's back. So shout out to that fact. We got Isaiah Thomas back. Anyway, back to this. What's the best draft pick we can get? What's the worst draft pick we can get? Because things happen. We won, which obviously does not help us out personally, right? Us winning, because that gives you a worse draft pick. And not only did we win, the Raiders also lost, and the Browns lost, which really sucks because they're above us. And again, listen, at the end of the day, we're not going to tank for the rest of the year, but it's nice to see where we're at. You know, we're probably going to go 9-8. I would say there's a good chance we go 9-8. So we'll look at all the scenarios today just in case anything happens. So right now we're sitting at pick 13. And I'm going to have to go ahead and move this over real fast. We are at pick 13 right now. Chicago also lost. The Jets won, but they obviously have a worse record than us. At this moment in time, you know, we're not going to get a top 5 pick no matter what. Because even if these teams right on the top here all win out and we lose out, they're still going to have a worse record than us, you know, head-to-head record-wise. Not that we played some of these teams. Like, for example, we played the Giants. We lost to them. The Raiders are going to have a worse because they have 2 losses anyway. We lost to the Patriots, so technically they would actually be above us. Tennessee actually would... Actually, don't mind. I take that back. Tennessee would be above us if they win out and we lose out. The Brownies... If we lose out, they would be above us. Actually, technically, I don't know how the Browns would work because that would be on divisional record. We could not get a top 5 pick, but I think we could get a little bit higher up there. Let's actually, you know what? Why am I even saying this? Let's just go ahead and check it out. So, if we lose out, right? Let's see what the highest overall pick we can get. 6 and 11, okay? We're now top 10. But, let's say the Titans win out, okay? Say the Titans are just absolute... Actually, no, the Titans are a bad example because we did actually beat them. But, okay, let's actually go back. What week are we on? We are on week 16? Yes, okay, week 16. Alright, so we need... This doesn't really matter against us or for us, but let's say, for example, you know, I don't know, the Chiefs win, Ravens win, let's say Giants win. And we're just seeing here, what's the best draft pick we could get personally? You know, if every team that sucks wins and, you know, just benefits themselves, what's the best we can sit if we did lose out? Now, again, we're not going to lose out, but we're looking at every scenario here, you know. We got to do it justice just in case to kind of keep that perspective of, okay, well, this is where, you know, this is where the scenarios lie, right? Sometimes we don't always love looking at things because it's like, oh, come on, that's not going to happen, or that's not going to happen. Hey, listen, I talk about Super Bowls with this said team this year. We got to look at it from the opposite point of view of, okay, the rest of the season just sucks. All right, so that should be, if we are correct here, that, you know, we want that team to win. We want that team. Again, none of this is going to happen. Let's be honest, right? Number 9. If everything went possibly correct for us, and every team that, you know, lost every game, or sorry, that are above us, win every game, and we lose every game, the best draft pick we can get is number 9. That's the best of the best. So no matter what, that's the best. Interesting. All right, so... Kind of sucks, to be honest. I thought that was going to be a little bit higher up, I'll be honest with you. Alright, so what if we win every game? So obviously I'm going to have to put in the other games as well, you know. But if we win everything, we're at pick 17 right now. But let me put in what Vegas would probably say is going to happen. They're probably going to say the Cardinals beat the 49ers in Arizona. Atlanta wins. Baltimore wins. Casey's... This one might be Denver who wins this game. But in the end, because Patrick Mahomes will probably not play that game. Cowboys, I think it's going to be Commanders win that game in Jerry's World, too. That's going to be the fun one. Colts win. And I'm going based on, like, probably what... I'm going to say probably, because I should say 100%. I'm going to say based on probably what Vegas would say for some of these games on how it would go. All right, 17. Bam. I think the Ravens win that game. Chiefs are really going to go 15-1, and man, I don't know how I feel about that. That is suspect, to say the least. I love how these guys play each other, so that technically puts somebody above higher. That's going to be whoever can tank for a better pick there. Alright, Brownies, Commanders, and I'm going to go Lions. And then last here we have, I think Chargers win this game, Chiefs win this game, Ravens win, Falcons win, Arizona, Detroit, to go with Colts. Let's go with the Rams. Bam. And this would, in sense, again, based on how I'm doing this would knock us out of the playoffs, just saying. This would knock us out of the playoffs. So we would not be a playoff team. So this would be a 9-8 record, but this is not a playoff team. This is 9-8, and this would put, obviously, Denver in the playoffs. I actually would not put Denver in. Who would be in the playoffs here? So... what am I saying? I could literally just look it up here. This would put the Colts in the playoffs. Denver would be knocked out. The Steelers would make it, and the Chargers would make it. Interesting. Which, again, if that scenario happens, we're pick 15. Okay? Now, let's say the scenario happens that we need to happen. Okay? This is how we need to have this happen to make the playoffs. We need to win out. Right? Where's our last game? Right here. We need the Denver Broncos to lose out. Okay? And obviously they play us one time. And that puts us in the playoffs. But we also need the Colts and the Colts and Dolphins to lose one game. So let's say, for example, the Colts have such an easy schedule. I hate the Colts schedule. They have such an easy schedule. Let's say Jacksonville beats them week 18. Let's say they just do crazy things. That also puts us in the playoffs, but we need the Dolphins to lose also. So let's say the Dolphins lose to the 49ers. Okay, now we're in. So let me put in the rest of these games, though, because it's not gonna be accurate unless we have every single game in. But I believe, if I am correct here, I believe it's gonna put us in the playoffs. Oh, sorry, it's gonna put us at the very cusp of the playoffs seeding. So this is the playoff seeding, number 20. That's where the playoff seeding ends up being. So that usually is where it ends up being. Obviously, I got to put in the rest of these games first. But that's where, like, if you're like 17 or whatever, you're usually like pick 20, pick 21. Depending for AFC, NFC. And that's usually where you sit if you're just in the 7th seed. So I'm going to guess that's where we're going to be. But for due diligence, it's always good to just take a look at this and see. Week 18, let's go with these games. Thankfully, we're in week 16 now, because it makes this a lot easier to, go through the predictions. All right. So we're pick 16. And we are a playoff team. That is interesting. So Denver is going to have a worse pick than us, but be knocked out of the playoffs because we beat them head-to-head. But we beat them head-to-head, which would, in sense, mean, wouldn't they be pick 16 and not pick 17? And then Houston is pick 18. But in this scenario, they won the division, so they are a playoff team. Atlanta's not a playoff team. Okay, this is just so wonky. So if we win out and the perfect scenario happens, we're going to be pick 16. Because Denver, I have them losing out, right? Houston is going to be a playoff team no matter what, can only win the division. Atlanta, I mean, wait, hold up. Because I could have... Do I have San Francisco winning out? I probably do. No. Let's say San Francisco beats the Lions. We could get pick 15 and still make the playoffs? Yo, this is... Okay, what if Arizona wins another game? Hold up. We could maybe finesse this a little bit. Okay, Cardinals. I know they played the Niners one time. We can't have them beat the Niners. Nah, I have... Oh, okay, that's that game. Where are the Cardinals here? Oh, they could beat the Rams. Let's say they beat the Rams. Pick 14. We could still be a playoff spot in pick 14. So we could, technically speaking, go to the playoffs and still be pick 14. Now, obviously, how far you go... That's crazy. I was going to say how far you go is how far your pick is going to go. But still, if we're one and done in the playoffs, we got to pick 14. Can I? Oh, no, we can't have Miami win. Okay. And that's it. So that's the best record. So the best scenario possible, pick 14. Ooh. Interesting. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Peace out, guys.